So I've always had a really large collection of Hot Wheels cars, and I've recently saw people converting small cars just like these into something that looks like it came out of Mad Max, and that just inspired me to do the same. So today I'm going to show you how to turn these 3 Hot Wheels cars and show you how to turn them into something that looked like it came out of the apocalypse. Enjoy. So you're going to need some essential tools, and then some cardboard, obviously, and then most people have very tiny little things from old sets or from old tools like pins, paper clips, washers, nuts and bolts, and bottle caps. Save those because those can be used as small little details or pieces that can make the vehicle flare out. So before you put a base primer on, you're going to want to sand it down so the paint has a tooth to grab onto. It's okay if something, chips off or breaks off in a way you don't want to, because it will look good in the end, because we're going for a very rugged look. So depending on what details you want to keep unpainted, you can just go ahead and tape those off. It's like all metal, so I'm probably going to tape off the windows and tape off the shiny steel look right there. And there's going to be something on the front, so I'm not going to cover up that. So I'm going to start adding detail to this car right here. So I super glued some wooden spikes made out of skewers to the back with hot glue and super glue. And next I'm going to cut up this plastic bottle cap and assemble it into a bunch of spikes. I'm going to put it on the wheel with hot glue and then take it out, so now it has a cavity to be placed in, and then I'm going to fill that with super glue. So as you can see, I super glued a little ladder. It's still drying. I did the same thing, but a bunch of spikes in the front. So now I have these 2 small little bolts, and I'm going to put a little dot of super glue right there. So I added a little piece of drywall tape. It looks like this right here, and that's supposed to be some sort of like fence. You can use any kind of metal filter or a mesh fabric that will work just fine. That's what I decided to use. I'm going to put another piece right over that window, and then the same thing for the other window. And as you can see, I had some more spikes along the wheel line right there. Okay, so I painted it a silver to start off with, and then I painted it a tan just to like match the desert theme kind of, and then I dusted it slightly with orange just to make it pop out, and it went on the spikes pretty good. So now that this guy's finished, I'm now going to move on to the truck here. So I'm starting off by cutting off a piece of cardboard that looks like this, and I put a bunch of holes in it with a push pin and make it look like used steel. And I'm going to glue that right on the front, kind of like what the front of a train looks like. So then I super glued a bunch of spikes in for the intimidation factor. So then I drilled a little dimple for the stick to set into. So then you get a skewer, put a little hot glue on it, get it wet, put it in the hot glue, and then take it out while it's still drying. So now it has a little cavity for it to sit inside of. So now you can put super glue in there. So now it's not temporary, it's permanent. Because we are working with metal and wood, and I normally work with cardboard, which can be used with hot glue. Put a drop of Gorilla Glue right in that cavity. Put the skewer in just like that, and then we just set that there and just snip it, set it up in the upright position, and then do the same for this one right here. It should look something like this. So then I added a bar across those 2 poles right there, and then I added 4 that go all the way over to the top of the truck, just like that. Now I have this piece of craft paper cut and shredded at the ends. I'm going to fold it over just like that to make some sort of curtain. And after that was glued down, I then added a washer on the top, and then I put a piece of cardboard right there, and then put some more toothpicks right there to make it look like rails. So I have this small 50 caliber right here that just goes into this hole which I drilled. And now you have this machine gun on the top of it, and also I added some spikes using the tops of toothpicks to make it look cooler. Now I'm just going to go ahead and spray paint this thing the same silver and then a camouflage tan. So this is what it looks like. I kept the machine gun silver because it just looks a lot better like that. But I took the tape off the windshield, and I might put a drywall tape fence right over it just to make it look cooler, but this is what it looks like so far. Now that I have added a fence right here made out of this drywall tape thing, I think I'm pretty much finished with the truck here. So now I'm going to move on to the next car. So here it is right here, and then I ripped off the roof of it, and then I'm going to add a small piece of cardboard right here for the base of what I'm going to put back there, just like so. So then I super glued two little small cylinder cap things that came off erasers to make it look like an engine. So right now I'm just building this wooden structure out of these toothpicks and super gluing together, and that is to make some design on the back that covers over the engine. Okay, so I had some spikes on the front of this guy, similar to what I did over here, so there shouldn't be that much explaining on it. I really plan to keep this one very simple, so I think the next step is to just paint it. Alright, this is what it looks like. And I really like the way how this one turned out, because even though there's a lot going on this car and on this truck right here, I like it because it's simple, so like if these spikes and all these accessories were taken away, the color scheme would be the tan and then the front with the orange spikes and everything. So that's what I like, because it's really smooth and it keeps most of the front car smooth in this look. And the engine, I really like how it turned out. I'm really glad I got to do this and I had an opportunity to do it, and I thought I'd give it a shot, and I'm very satisfied with how these cars turned out. They look very apocalyptic and very cool, and something that looked like it came out from Mad Max Fury Road. And this is my first time doing it, and I thought I did pretty well. If you guys thought the same thing, feel free to click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.